Hello everyone, this is Dimitri with Canucks, and BitFenix have branched out into audio products, and that's very interesting to see as they are known as sort of the enclosure company. So their first headphone is the FLO, made to be a lifestyle product with multiple color options, removable cables, and priced competitively at $69. So let's find out exactly what the outcome is with the FLO, and I'm curious to see whether or not this feels like a headphone from a case manufacturer. And I'm gonna start with the build quality. The FLO is extremely lightweight at 200 grams, given it's mainly plastic with just a metal support band above the headband that looks like leather, however it is also plastic. The headphone is covered in BitFenix's soft touch coating that we're so familiar with, giving the FLO a more premium feel. They are flexible, however there isn't any ear cup swivel, and while they are expandable, it feels like pulling out a nail out of wood as you literally have to apply a lot of force. I was curious as to how this was implemented, and looks like you're just pulling the plastic bit higher so the rubber band holding the headband moves higher, so not very impressed with this whole implementation. Now BitFenix designed the FLO with multifunctionality in mind, both for music and gaming, as the cable and microphone are both removable. The included microphone is quite large. I would have preferred something low profile or even retractable. It is flexible however, but I don't really see it fitting in with the design, and just feels like an afterthought rather than a feature that I would actually use. Microphone quality with the FLO for its class is actually pretty decent. It is quiet though, so you have to boost the signal and therefore introduce some noise. Now I love that we have interchangeable and removable cables with standard 1 meter cable, another 1 meter cable incorporating volume adjustment and a mic mute, and a 2 meter extension with 3.5mm headphone and microphone jacks. Also, one end of each cable has a slightly thinner frame, allowing compatibility for mobile devices with thicker cases, so that's very nice to see, although the chrome tips within the 2 weeks came off the hold. The FLO is rather tall in its most compact state, as you can see compared to other headphones we have around the office, and putting them on they are extremely light with very slight clamping force, creating an interesting side profile with my hair. But even the lack of proper padding, as the plastic headband just has a few air-filled pockets, the FLO is actually pretty comfortable. The ear pads are on ear, but the padding is again very limited, so I could feel the driver touching my ears. Thankfully, the lightweight design and the low pressure clamping didn't ruin my experience. However, because of the frame design, it is impossible to wear them with glasses, and this is where ear cup articulation really could have saved the day. And also one more thing, resting the FLO on your neck, especially with our sample, was really uncomfortable. The edges on the plastic headband are not smoothed out at some sections that immediately irritates your neck. And this is one thing I was afraid from BitFenix, just missing out on key points when it comes to frame design to allow comfortable wear with ear cup articulation and proper padding, and not such plastic non-fantastic construction. Now with that out of the way, the audio quality with the FLO have actually surpassed my expectations after a rather disappointing journey to this section. So okay, you have 40mm drivers with 68 ohm impedance. That is a bit on the high end for a travel headphone, so at 100% volume on my Nexus 4, I was happy, but I wouldn't have said no to extra sensitivity. The sonic signature with the FLO is very similar to what you'll find with many Biodynamics headphones, as it is very bright, revealing a lot of the detail within the track. The treble is certainly on the harsher end, but nothing little EQ can't solve. But the major strong point with the FLO is the mid-range clarity, as the instruments and the vocals move up front, so you hear every background clap and give life back to music, and the amazing mastering of Nightcall is presented quite accurately. Soundstage is another aspect that took me by surprise, that doesn't congest the sound and, in no church in the while, sounded more open than I'm used to from a closed headphone. However, the FLO isn't capable of detecting the background instruments in September, as they are overpowered by everything in the front. Bass response is there, just running off my Nexus 4. The start of Anthology with the bass kick was very natural and powerful, and most of my house and uplifting tunes sounded great with tight bass, although lacking heavily in the sub bass section with Young and Beautiful sounding less complete without that low frequency rumble. Now the FLO is also a gaming headset and give an excellent detail and bright sound, so no footsteps go unnoticed in CSGO. The incredibly large audio environment in Battlefield 4 is translated really well into an almost open style feel. I also love the sound engine in Crysis 3, and activating the armor with super tight bass was extremely satisfying. So overall, gaming performance was impressive as the drivers are tuned quite well for both an immersive and accurate experience, complementing directionality. But as the slogan goes, they are made to move, and I'd say they're made to move you, as I personally love the bright and energetic sound the FLO produce, and I'm very happy to say that BitFenix didn't skimp on the drivers with a lot of detail and upfront mid-range. Removable cables are a bonus, and a microphone for just in case, plus the extremely lightweight design. Gaming performance was very impressive as all of the benefits of the detail and the soundstage carry over. However, there are several structural flaws, starting with the lack of side-to-side articulation on the ear cups and extremely poor height adjusting system. The all-plastic construction just feels cheap aside from the metal support bands, especially when the plastic headband may cause irritation because of the rough edges. The poorly glued tips on the cables, and the microphone that doesn't fit into the design at all. It is also impossible to wear these with glasses, and there's practically no isolation. This is a good try though, I have to give them that, but I would love to see more proper frame features incorporated into their next headphone. As from an audio perspective, I'm actually quite impressed and honestly wasn't expecting this from BitFenix. But what do you guys think of the FLO? Does it feel like a headphone from a case manufacturer? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you enjoyed this review. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.